Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiny English. My name is May and I'm so happy to see you all here today. It's wonderful to have you join us for another lesson.
And I'm Gray. It's great to be back with you, May, and with all our wonderful viewers. How are you doing today, May? I hope you're feeling as energetic as I am.
I'm feeling great, Gray. I'm full of energy and ready for our new topic. And that actually brings us to our subject for today. We're going to talk about something very important for everyone, something that affects our daily lives.
That's right. Today's topic is how to stay healthy. We will share some simple and easy tips that you can use in your daily life to feel your best, both inside and out. It's a topic that's close to my heart.
Exactly. Being healthy isn't just about not being sick. It's about feeling good, both physically and mentally. It's about having the energy to do the things you love. So, are you ready to learn how to boost your health? Let's get started.
Okay, before we jump into our main conversation, let's learn some useful vocabulary. This will help you understand our discussion better and expand your English skills. We have 5 words for you today.
Great idea, Gray. Our first word today is balanced diet. A balanced diet means eating a variety of foods that give your body all the nutrients it needs. Nutrients are things like vitamins and proteins that help you grow and stay strong. It's about getting the right mix of different food types.
For example, you could say, to stay healthy, it's important to have a balanced diet with lots of fruits, vegetables, and protein. This means you don't just eat one type of food.
Perfect. Our second word is hydration. Hydration is the process of making sure your body has enough water. If you are well hydrated, you have enough water in your body to function properly.
A good example is, good hydration is key, especially in hot weather. You should drink plenty of water throughout the day. It's one of the easiest things we can do for our health.
Next up, we have physical activity. This is any movement you do that uses your muscles and burns energy. It can be walking, running, dancing, swimming, or playing a sport. Anything that gets your body moving.
For instance, even 30 minutes of physical activity a day can make a big difference to your health. It doesn't have to be intense, just consistent.
Our fourth word is mental well-being. This refers to the health of your mind and your feelings. It's about feeling happy, calm, and able to cope with life's challenges. To cope means to deal with difficult situations successfully.
You might say, getting enough sleep is very important for your mental well-being. A tired mind is often an unhappy mind.
And our final word is routine. A routine is a regular way of doing things. You do the same things in the same order, often at the same time each day or week.
An example sentence is, having a consistent morning routine can help you start your day feeling organized and less stressed. So, to review, we have balanced diet, hydration, physical activity, mental well-being, and routine. Keep these words in mind as we talk.
All right, Gray, let's start with what is probably the most delicious part of being healthy: food. What did you have for breakfast this morning to start your day?
That's a great question, May. This morning I had a bowl of oatmeal with some berries and a few nuts on top. It was simple, but it keeps me full for a long time. What about you?
That sounds very healthy and tasty. I had a similar breakfast actually. I had some Greek yogurt with honey and sliced bananas. I find that a good breakfast is so important. If I skip it, I feel tired and can't focus.
I completely agree. A good breakfast gives you the energy you need for the morning. It really sets the tone for the rest of the day. This brings us back to our first vocabulary word, balanced diet. It's not just about one meal, but all your meals.
Exactly. A balanced diet means getting a good mix of everything. You need carbohydrates for energy, which you can get from rice, bread, or your oatmeal, Gray. You also need protein to build and repair your body. That comes from things like meat, fish, eggs, beans, or the nuts you had.
And we can't forget fruits and vegetables. They are packed with vitamins and minerals that keep our immune system strong. The immune system is the part of our body that fights off sickness. I try to have vegetables with my lunch and fruit as a snack.
That's a fantastic habit. A lot of people think eating healthy is boring, but it doesn't have to be. You can make a colorful salad, a vegetable soup, or a fruit smoothie. The more colors on your plate, the better. It means you're getting a variety of nutrients.
What about snacks? I know that when I get hungry in the afternoon, it's very easy to reach for a bag of chips or some cookies. They are quick and easy, but not very healthy.
That's a common problem. Those snacks are often high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. A better choice would be a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, some yogurt, or even some vegetable sticks like carrots or cucumbers. They give you energy without the sugar crash later. A sugar crash is when you feel very tired after eating something very sugary.
That makes sense. I often feel sleepy after eating a lot of sugar. So making small changes, like swapping chips for an apple, is a good step towards a more balanced diet.
Precisely. And while we're talking about what we put into our bodies, we have to talk about drinks. This is where our second word, hydration, comes in. Are you good at staying hydrated, Gray?
I try to be, but I admit I sometimes forget. I get busy with work and realize at the end of the day that I've only had a cup of coffee and maybe one glass of water. I know it's not enough.
It's a very common thing. The general advice is to drink about 8 glasses or 2 liters of water a day. But it can depend on the weather and how much physical activity you do. A simple tip is to carry a reusable water bottle with you everywhere. When you see it, you remember to drink.
That's a great tip. I have a water bottle, but I often leave it at home. I should make it a habit to fill it up before I leave the house. Does it have to be plain water? Sometimes I find water a bit boring.
Plain water is the best choice, but you can definitely make it more interesting. You can add a slice of lemon, lime, or some cucumber to your water. Herbal teas like peppermint or chamomile are also great for hydration and have no sugar.
What about drinks we should avoid? I'm guessing sugary sodas and juices are on that list.
Yes, absolutely. Many sodas and even fruit juices have a surprising amount of sugar. A single can of soda can have as much sugar as several cookies. Drinking them often can lead to weight gain and other health problems. It's okay to have them as a special treat sometimes, but water should be your main drink for good hydration.
Okay, I will definitely focus more on my water intake. It seems like such a simple change that can have a big impact. So we've covered diet and hydration. Let's move on to our next key area, physical activity. Tell me, May, what do you do to stay active?
I love this topic. For me, I really enjoy practicing yoga in the morning. It helps me stretch my body and calm my mind. I also love going for long walks in the park, especially on weekends. It doesn't feel like exercise because I enjoy the fresh air and nature so much. What about you, Gray? Are you a gym person?
I've tried the gym, but I find it a bit repetitive. I prefer playing sports. I play football with some friends every Saturday. It's so much fun that I forget I'm exercising. I think the most important thing is to find a physical activity that you actually enjoy.
I couldn't agree more. If you hate running, don't force yourself to run every day. You'll just quit. Maybe you would enjoy dancing, swimming, cycling, or hiking instead. There are so many options. The goal is just to move your body regularly.
That's a relief to hear. Many people think physical activity means you have to spend hours at the gym and lift heavy weights, but that's not true at all. Even simple things count. For example, taking the stairs instead of the elevator is a small change that adds more movement to your day.
Exactly. Or getting off the bus one stop early and walking the rest of the way. If you work at a desk, you can set a timer to stand up and stretch every hour. Even cleaning your house can be a good workout.
That's a good way to look at housework. So the benefits of physical activity are not just about having a strong body, right? I always feel happier and have more energy after I play football.
Yes, the mental benefits are huge. Exercise releases endorphins, which are chemicals in your brain that make you feel happy and positive. It's a great way to reduce stress. It also helps you sleep better at night.
All this talk about activity and energy makes me think about the opposite: rest and sleep. It's just as important, isn't it?
It's incredibly important. We can eat all the healthy food and do all the exercise we want, but if we don't get enough sleep, we won't be healthy. Sleep is when our body and mind repair themselves and get ready for the next day.
I know I'm supposed to get around 8 hours of sleep, but it's hard sometimes. I often stay up late watching TV shows or scrolling on my phone. Before I know it, it's past midnight.
You are not alone in that. Those screens can be very distracting. The blue light from our phones and TVs can also make it harder for our brains to shut down and prepare for sleep. This is where our word routine becomes very helpful. Creating a bedtime routine can signal to your body that it's time to wind down.
A bedtime routine? What does that look like?
It can be very simple. For example, an hour before you want to sleep, you turn off all screens. Maybe you take a warm bath or shower. Then you could read a book, a real paper book, not on a tablet, or listen to some calm music. Some people like to drink a warm, caffeine-free drink like herbal tea.
That sounds very relaxing. So the idea is to do the same calm activities every night so your body learns the pattern and knows sleep is coming.
Exactly. And it's also helpful to go to bed and wake up at around the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps to regulate your body's internal clock. To regulate means to control something so it works correctly.
That's the hard part for me. I like to sleep in on Sundays. But I understand the logic. Sometimes when I sleep too late on the weekend, I feel even more tired.
So, we've covered diet, hydration, exercise, and sleep. These are all mostly about our physical bodies. But what about our minds, Gray? How important is our mental well-being?
I think it's just as important as physical health, if not more. You can have a perfectly healthy body, but if you feel stressed, anxious, or sad all the time, you won't feel good. Your mind and body are connected.
That's so true. Life can be stressful. We all have pressure from work, school, or our personal lives. It's important to have healthy ways to manage that stress. What do you do to take care of your mental well-being, Gray?
For me, spending time in nature is a big one. Even a short walk in a park helps me clear my head. I also have a hobby that I love, which is playing the guitar. When I'm playing music, I'm completely focused on it, and I forget about my worries for a while.
Hobbies are fantastic for mental well-being. It could be anything. Painting, gardening, cooking, learning a new language, anything that you do just for fun and not because you have to. It gives your mind a break from daily stress.
What about you, May? What are your strategies?
Besides yoga, which helps me a lot, I practice mindfulness. It's about paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Sometimes, if I feel stressed, I just sit quietly for 5 minutes and focus on my breathing. It's amazing how much calmer I feel afterward.
I've heard about that. It sounds simple but effective. Can you give our audience an example?
Of course. You can just close your eyes and take a slow breath in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeating this just a few times can really help to calm your nervous system.
Another thing I find helpful is talking to people. If something's bothering me, I call a good friend or talk to my family. Just sharing my feelings often makes me feel much better. Keeping worries to yourself can make them feel bigger than they are.
That is such an important point, Gray. Social connection is vital for our mental well-being. We are social creatures and we need that connection with others.
So, it seems like there are many pieces to this puzzle. Eating well, staying hydrated, moving our bodies, sleeping enough, and taking care of our minds. It can feel like a lot to manage. This is where our last word, routine, really ties everything together.
Yes, a good routine can help you build all these healthy habits into your life so they become automatic. You don't have to think about them so much. Can we try to design a simple, healthy daily routine, Gray?
Let's do it. So for the morning, the routine could be wake up at the same time, maybe 7 a.m. First thing, drink a big glass of water for hydration. Then maybe do 10 to 15 minutes of light physical activity like stretching or a short walk. After that, a balanced breakfast.
That sounds like a perfect start to the day. Then, during the workday, the routine could include taking short breaks every hour to stand up and move. Have your water bottle on your desk to remember your hydration. For lunch, try to have a balanced meal, maybe with a salad or some vegetables.
And in the afternoon, if you feel tired, instead of getting a sugary snack, maybe go for a 5-minute walk outside for some fresh air and a natural energy boost.
Great idea! Then, in the evening, the routine could continue. Maybe you do your main physical activity after work, like going for a run or to a dance class. Then a healthy dinner that isn't too heavy. A heavy meal can make it hard to sleep.
After dinner, you have time for your hobbies or to spend with family and friends, which is good for your mental well-being. And finally, you start your relaxing bedtime routine about an hour before sleep.
That sounds like a wonderful, healthy day. Of course, nobody is perfect and life happens. The goal isn't to follow the routine perfectly every single day. The goal is to be consistent most of the time. If you have a bad day, just start again the next day.
Exactly. It's about progress, not perfection. Start with one small change. Maybe this week, your goal is just to drink more water. Once that becomes a habit, you can add another small change, like a 10-minute walk every day. Small steps lead to big results over time.
Wow, Gray, that was a great discussion. We covered so many useful and practical tips for staying healthy. I feel motivated to be even healthier myself.
We did. Let's do a quick recap for our viewers. We talked about the importance of a balanced diet full of different types of healthy food and good hydration by drinking plenty of water.
We also discussed making time for enjoyable physical activity and how important 7 to 9 hours of sleep is. And we learned that creating a bedtime routine can help us sleep better.
And we can't forget about taking care of our mental well-being. We can do this by managing stress with hobbies and mindfulness and by connecting with people we care about.
The key is to make small, consistent changes. Don't try to change everything at once. It's a journey, not a race. Now, we would love to hear from all of you watching. What is one healthy habit you want to start this week?
Let us know in the comments below. We read all of them and love hearing your ideas and experiences. Your journey can inspire someone else.
If you found this video helpful and learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow and reach more learners like you.
And don't forget to subscribe to Tiny English and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We have so many more interesting topics planned for you. Thank you so much for watching.
Stay healthy and see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye everyone. Take care.